And so again, that test that I just had you guys do is just for me to see where you guys are at in terms of your algebra skills. Oh yeah, go ahead. So you'll just have to, I can grab you the notes that are printed, but the idea is though that if you guys like are really good at solving a particular type of equation or something like that, I don't have to spend as much time with that, or if I know what everyone struggles with. Some of you guys almost got like perfect on it or did get perfect on it, so obviously I'll know that some of you don't need that review as much. Now that might mean we still have to review because enough people need it, but it just kind of gives me a good indication. And hopefully I'll maintain that level of understanding or improve it for you guys. So in 3.5, we talked about slope-intercept form. So we have easy, medium, harder, and then we have parallel, perpendicular. So kind of remembering the difference between all these. So in example 7, letter A, they give us M and B, so don't overthink this. They give us M and B, we can just put that information in and find the slope-intercept form. So there's no work needed here to do that problem. So it's very straightforward. You shouldn't have to grab a calculator or anything like that. You can just put that together. Your y equals mx plus b. So easy. Then we go to medium. This one gives us the slope, but they don't give us b. We have to find b, but they give us a point. So we have our x and y. So that's going to allow us to find b. So we're going to put that into y equals mx plus b. So y is 1, m is 2/3, x is 3, plus b. Right away, I noticed this fraction works out really nicely, so I'm happy about that. But if it doesn't, you have a calculator for a reason, so make sure you guys bring a calculator tomorrow. 3's get to cancel. So I find out my b is -1. I already have slope. I have my b. And write my equation. Do not forget that x in the equation. It needs the 2/3 x minus 1. You can't have just 2/3 minus 1. And then most difficult here is when we have to find the slope and we have to find b. I'm going to do both here. I'm going to use my slope formula. Careful about those signs. The double signs a lot of times throw some of you guys off. Get a -3 over +3. And so that's going to be a -1 as our slope. Once we have that slope, then we need to find our b. So we're going to pick one of the 2 points to use. Which one do you guys want to use? I would use the 1, 2 because of the fact that it's nice whole number, or it's obviously it's whole numbers, but not negatives. I like to avoid the negatives if I can, and I'm going to use the -1. So again, y equals mx plus b. The y is 2. My m is -1. My x is 1. Oops, sorry, +1 plus b. +1 there. I just don't want to use a combination of the 2 points. -1 plus b. -1 times +1. So our b is 3. So then there's our equation. So definitely being comfortable with writing those equations. Any questions there? All right. Now parallel and perpendicular. So there'll definitely be questions like this on our test. We have to write a parallel equation and then a perpendicular equation. I'm not going to give you the overly tough ones where you have to solve it first and then try to fit, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. Parallel, perpendicular. Now this one tells us it goes through 5, 3, so they give us an x and y. And then what am I using from this equation? Just the slope. So parallel is the same slope. So we're going to use just the -4. That 1, I don't even want to look at. I don't want to use it. I don't need anything from it. So there's our M, X, and Y. Now this one would be a pain to graph because it'd be way off our graph, but it doesn't mean we're wrong. If I asked you to graph it, that might be a sign that maybe something funny is going on. And then I have B, I have my slope, so then I can write my equation. All right, so parallel. Then we have perpendicular. So again, they give me the X and Y to work with. But perpendicular, what do I need to do to the slope? Yeah, Will?
Make it negative.
Make it negative, and what else? Flip it. So their slope is 3. My new M, yeah, it's going to be but a negative 1/3. So it was positive, now it's going to be negative, and then 3/1 becomes 1/3. So we flip it and change its sign. Once I have that, I can use my X and Y. Negative 1/3 of 6. 6/3 is just 2, so it's a negative 2. So our B is negative 2. And once I have M and B, then I can put that back together again. All right, last couple of problems here. You can always take this from me and then fill, so don't feel like you have to rush to catch up or whatever. All right, last couple of problems down here on the bottom. So being able to graph, and then that last one, I think that last, we'll be able to figure that last one out. That one's kind of in a weird spot. I think I just threw it in there because it made sense for this chapter. So for example 8, we have to graph this. What do I have to remember to do? Yep, Will?
Subtract 2x from both sides.
Yeah, so we want to get that in that slope-intercept form. So I get a negative 3y, and I'm going to write it as mx plus b. So I'm going to put the negative 2x first, and then plus 6. That way I have the m and the x where I want it, and the b. And then we're going to divide by negative 3. We have to divide everything by negative 3. 2 negatives become a positive. We have positive 2/3 slope, and then this will be a negative 2. So getting that in the slope-intercept form, once I have it in slope-intercept form, now I'm ready to graph. So I can begin at my negative 2, and then do our slope of up 2 and over 3. It should be going uphill. I'm going to remember that, like slope 2 there. And like I said, this last one seems a little out of place, but I don't think it hurts to talk about it. So AB is upside down T, perpendicular to BC. So that's telling us that that angle is what? 90 degrees. So they're telling us there's a right angle right there. They're trying to have us find X if that's a right angle. What am I going to do there? Bella, how are you going to set that up? Yeah, so we make those equal 90. So x plus the 8x plus 9 is going to equal 90. lots of nines. Niner. And actually 9 there. All right, questions at all? So now you guys are free to finish your homework. Sorry for interrupting you with that. And then let me know if there's questions. If you guys are struggling anything, I'd be glad to help. If you're really needing a little extra help stopping in for AR today would be fine. So again, we already did this assignment, so if you did it, you don't have to redo it. And then those, if you didn't do it already, there it is. So, but the other half you guys should be able to get. Oh yeah, go ahead. No, that's okay. You don't. I mean, long as you guys, yeah. Yeah, we did. We did. It was an X plus those two together.
Oh.
That's fine. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, put those together.